Christ, he's dumb as shit.
Or a Magneto hazard.
Or that, yeah. It's like bringing an anomaly into your house. Ah.
Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah, look at this glowing piece of crystal I brought into my home. Suddenly the power just turns off.
Yeah.
There's nothing left. Your house has been burned.
You went fucking Midwest for a second there.
Yeah, I know. Guess what? I'm not paying attention to my own voice at this moment. I'm trying just to make this private. Save. Dunked. Hi, friends. He's an idiot. Did you know that he's an idiot? Well, this idiot is back.
Brother, you gotta be shitting me. Okay. There we go. Yep, I'm connected. Where's that share key? Here I am.
I was catching up on the VOD. I know, I made it private, Pillow. I'm sorry. We
had a little bit of a mishap in the beginning there.
I know you were catching up on the VOD. There really wasn't much being talked about. Just totally honest with you, dude.
Yeah.
Totally honest. Oh.
Let me dock out chat here.
Let me dock. Suck out all the knowledge like that one episode of SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually apt. I might.
You hook a cable up into my brain and connect it to yours, and all of a sudden you have 4 years of English education.
That'd be so nice.
If only.
That would be so nice, but it is not. Yes.
I do not.
So I don't know if I can actually set Obsidian to be a shared image. That's interesting. Like a shared Obsidian is not being recognized by OBS actually as a window. That's interesting.
Interesting.
Game capture. I'm gonna try and see if I can I'm gonna see if I can find, yeah, okay. Chromium cannot be captured using game capture. Use Windows capture or display capture instead. Interesting that it doesn't recognize it. There it is. Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Well, I mean, fucking if that's what it takes. Oh boy, I'm gonna need to get used to this UI.
Yep. Oh, there the Hat Man sits his Obsidian document as I dock things and put it into a. Find me. Sorry, chat. I should have had this earlier. I have a document.
The Obsidian on his shit.
Yep.
It is not.
Welcome to Chromium-based operations. We suck.
Yeah.
Sorry, is it not working for you?
Hold on, bro. Yeah, it's not letting me in.
Oh, chat, this is my yeah, okay. Heads up. I use AI as like reference shit. Not anything more than I just need something to like, because this is mostly like my own personal wiki. Just need to start establishing old drawing habits. It won't show if the window tabs out, so you have to deal with that, I guess. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. I'm sorry.
So while you're getting that running, why don't I go ahead and do a recap of the whole.
Yeah, you do that. You do that.
So I had a whole yap about this before our stream quite literally jumped off the deep end. But we're sort of here today because Hat sent me some of his writing, and I thought, why isn't this being shared with more people, let alone his community? So this is kind of what we're doing right now. We're kind of acquainting everybody with what he's been doing on the creative side outside of streaming, and we're hoping to both get that out and get people interested in it. And me, as somebody who is like formally educated and stuff like this, can sort of pitch my hat in, and help him develop some skills that'll like get him that'll get him moving at a pace that he wants.
Yeah,
let's just say
it's so in part of it, like what I was going to bring up before we all crashed. I just fell out of habit for this for a while, and I'm like, I want to get back to it. So I realized that I've got things I'm trying to show people, and it's always hard. I have a big problem of like image and being like, well, is this good enough to show people? And so you kind of convinced me, well, let's just do it and rip the band-aid off.
Yeah.
That I have talked about it, me too. Yeah. I mean, I've talked about on and off. Chat knows how much I really like Migu. So much so that I have now dedicated an entire fan fiction for years now, by the way, to there's my timeline. You can now see that. Oh no, that's been revealed to the world.
No worries.
Let me fix that. I guess
it's not letting me in your relay, so I'm just gonna raw dog it.
Yeah. It's really hard. Chromium-based things are a pain, but I don't know how. Yeah, I'm finding out. Okay. It's not letting you in the relay. That sucks. I'm sorry. I was trying to. I figured. I should just get you in on that. We can work on that later if you want. If you can get into it later. Actually, I'm sure it's an approval thing. Like I need to approve you doing it, or something.
Right.
But.
Oh, maybe you can do that right now.
Yeah, I can. No, it says you remember. You remember.
Maybe it's just that I'm not used to the UI at all.
Yeah, maybe. All the folders are shared to you.
Okay. Because I'm out here trying to
it's okay.
Look at shit.
This is a lot. It's like difficulty in talking about these things, but chat knows about this. I've referenced it. Well, like I said, I use AI for a lot of like the images just in this wiki for my own personal, like, I don't really expect people to be looking through this themselves. It's just like, I need to like keep track of my thoughts whenever I'm putting things together, right?
Yeah, put pictures to words to pictures.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, so a lot of the writing is all me, but inner space is like a concept is always, okay, so I really like digital worlds. I grew up watching Code Lyoko as a kid and loved that. I love Tron.
Yeah.
So like that was like, those are the big things that like growing up, I was like, God, I would love more of that. But then I was like, well, what if it's more like, you know, alien and like there's something, it's kind of like space in its own way, but it's not space, but like, you know, like people call digital space. But, because I really liked Halo growing up and I really like Half-Life. And so there's just all these different mixes of like sci-fi elements. And so Inner Space came after we were trying to come up with a name, and Rin was actually the one who said, why not use inner space, like internet space? And I was kind of thinking to myself, like, that works way too well. So Inner Space was born from this idea of we need something. It was kind of where it was.
Yeah. And the thing here is it's not necessarily all space like you mentioned. You're taking influences from Half-Life and
Halo and
Halo, which both are like a majority of their run time. It's space-esque, but it's terrestrial. There's still ground to be walked on. There's still atmosphere.
Yes. Now, I'm just trying to make sure, is this what you wanted us to start with, was just background, or do you want to start somewhere else and make sure, like, before we get, because I know we're kind of, like, on the big side of it, the scope of inner space is kind of where that is, and then we can lower it down.
Yeah. Okay. And because, chat, in case you don't know how we're going to go about this, we're going to start big, right? Start at the largest end of the scale first, and then we're going to sort of, if the need arises, we'll hone in on one specific thing, maybe down to like the micro plot level. Big maybe.
Yep.
But I did actually want to bring something up with the AI and having and just having a form of documentation. So, two things, right? And I'll say this as a professional. AI, totally fine to use so long as it's not your end product, which you've already clarified.
Yes. I felt that was necessary for people who might be interested that, oh, you're using AI, oh, you shouldn't do that. And I'm like, I can't entirely waste. I have too much I'm doing. I'm just putting it here for visual representation of my own thoughts to be like, this is kind of the general idea of what I'm going with. I'm not using it as the end result.
Yeah, certain people need a thought bank or a method of organization. There's actually a good friend of mine. You know Nedge, the guy that read your
Yep.
So, actually, kind of a fucking amazing thing. So, for about 2-3 years, he was in severe, and I mean severe, art and writing block. Like he couldn't get the needle moving at any which way. Like he had all the ideas in his head, he had all the lore backed up. He just didn't know how to organize anything. And the thing that helped him out was AI sort of compiling his thoughts, putting it together, and making it cohesive.
That's what it like should be for. That is like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah. It is a tool for the job, nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, well, people are using it as like to replace the entirety of it, replace jobs with it, and it's just not working.
Well, I mean,
but it's interesting
like any tool,
because AI is so integral. So I'm just showing this image of inner space, right? I have a little bit of documentation about it, and you can kind of see. So this is all I could throw together at the moment for it.
Yeah.
And chat can read this, and I'll definitely read it. But it was the explanation here was a singular super artificial intelligence that was tasked with understanding and replicating humanity by an unknown institute years before inner space would exist. So it's kind of like, this was the idea of it years before AI actually took off as a concept, like to where it's like generative things.
Yeah.
So my idea was like an AI that was just like kind of how LLMs and like data sets are built now.
Yeah.
Was the idea before that kind of like became big. So the funny thing is like, I wasn't even trying to play with that.
Right. Are we accidentally converging?
Yeah, right. Now it's becoming real world. Though I'm sure it's not as interesting in real life as my version is, where it literally it became a god program, as I call it, and would eventually...
that's a barrier of... that's a barrier of fantasy, right?
Yeah. So that was kind of my general idea was let's build oops, you minimize it and it's gone.
Oh, I would have thought.
Okay. My whole concept for inner space was built from a generative super AI, as it's called, where it is such a large data center that it has its own intelligence to the point that it's like it actually breaches that. But when it created inner space in this isolated network, it pretty much died doing so because it spread all of this information out and it was just too much on its system to handle.
A la Big Bang.
Yeah, like a Big Bang. But it's like the term God program is, it's like there is actually kind of a specific theory behind that. Actually, is it's like in doing so much with its creation, it shut itself down because it had achieved its purpose and felt it didn't need to do anything else. And so that's kind of like the big crux of this entire world. And
right, the idea of needing to sacrifice something for the existence of another.
In a way, yes. And that does, that is kind of part of, that's actually a big theme throughout this entire this entire series. I think. Now that I think about it.
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice. Sacrifice in some capacity, but also just like one for another, I guess.
Right.
Like the balancing out of things. Oh, well, that's a big spoiler. I can't really get into that. I don't think chat would.
Let's not touch that.
Yeah,
let's not touch that. Like,
well, I'm not
quite yet.
Yeah. Well, we're not going there. But there is like that's a big part of like character stuff. But I like the idea of like inner space itself is built on not everything like imagery generated by AI. It doesn't look like you ever tried to see like a realistic image like generated by AI, right? It doesn't look like an actual picture. There's always some sort of like artifacting and stuff, right? Or they're not artifacting, but you're always going to have an image that
yeah, I know what you're talking about. There's always artifacting. There's always gloss. There's always some element clean. That just isn't correct.
Well, that was kind of the idea. Is it's like, well, not every residents of inner space don't look human. Is kind of the idea. Like taking influence from Tron, like a lot of like their veins glow or their skin is gray or their stuff like that. Like I liked the aesthetic of that. So that they don't look human, and that it's just they're that different from human characters to kind of just have like a wall, or not a wall, but like have some specific differences between two separate entities. Yeah,
you can tell at a glance what is who is what.
Yeah, that was my intent behind that. Originally, they looked more human, and then Rin actually said, "Why not make them, different?" And I'm like, you know what, I like that. So we're doing that.
Which I agree. From a design standpoint, you would want some level of differentiation, unless the point of the story is that they're indistinguishable.
Yes. So that's kind of where that came from.
Yeah. Sort of dialing it back to the organizational. We'll get back to the macro in a little bit, but I do want to sort of give a little.
Okay.
I want to sort of highlight what you're doing right here, because this is something that I feel people should not be stressing too much about. So when you're taking notes, right?
Right.
I would like for both you and the audience to bear in mind that those notes are for you. They do not have to look pretty. Yeah. They do not have to be like micromanaged. They just have to make sense to you.
Right.
Because at some point or another, those are notes that are going to be compiled into a larger thing later.
Right.
Which means spending a crazy amount of effort making them look right, making them too detailed, is going to hinder your project in the long run.
Yes.
Which,
and the way I write my notes is very much...
Down for a second.
What?
If you scroll back down for a second, keep
sorry.
talking, but do that real quick for me.
Sorry. Scroll back down. Okay, that's what you said. I thought you said something else, but...
Yeah, but keep going.
Yep. This is simple. My notes, like my actual notes that like are off to the side in the tab over here, what they look like is a lot more just like my actual talking rather than trying to be having a little more organization to them. This is more of a like me trying to write like a fairly just a lore document that makes a little more like it looks like something you would find in universe, maybe as like a disc, like what does this look like as like a lore document, maybe as an explanation.
Yeah. You're sort of approaching it from an organic standpoint of this is somebody who knows what this world is like and is trying to explain it to an outsider.
Yes, trying to give it maybe it's a little, maybe not diegetic's the word I'd use, but it just like it feels like it's part of the universe rather than it just being written as like a Wikipedia entry as somebody who is coming into it from that. But it still reads like a Wikipedia entry actually. But Um,
You can think of it as a Wikipedia
yeah,
entry.
it's
in
my
your
own
verse.
personal wiki.
Yeah, essentially. But like, I know of I know of a counterexample with a friend of mine. I won't name names out of respect for the guy, but he does spend like a crazy amount of time on notes, not just for like his writing shit, but like in general, right? He's like in college right now, and he's spending more time on his notes than actually doing this fucking studying. But like, I know of projects that have gone down the shitter because there was so much time spent in planning, you know?
Yeah, right. And it's like I like a lot of this stuff spends time in my head because it's like I'm busy working, and so I just I do that. But I'd like to just actually have it out there. And this is one of the ways that I do that, so it's not just sitting in my head, because eventually you're gonna forget ideas you've had.
Naturally.
And so it's like, I'm sure there's stuff that's like gotten lost that I'm sure will come back up in some different way, but
yeah. And like it's kind of like
what?
Because it's gonna just like an image, right? Your writing is gonna artifact over time, maybe for the better, maybe for the worse, and
and it's not gonna look like what you thought it would look like.
Yeah, you're not in the writing business to stay stagnant, my brother.
Yeah, right.
That's
Oh, keep going. I was gonna let you.
Yeah. So, like the I forgot what I was on about actually. Fuck.
Well, you were talking about notes, and you were talking about somebody who would spend so much time on notes and then would be.
Yeah, and that guy hasn't completed a project in years.
Right.
Different guy from Nedge, because he actually got himself out of his slump with the AI usage as a tool, mind you.
Right. This is somebody who's still in this. It's still kind of hurting his drive.
Yeah, somebody's still in the loop, and it doesn't help that he's a perfectionist, but that's beside the point. But my boy Nedge, I actually taught him the notes thing as of late, the thing I just talked to you about, right?
Okay.
And he's been making a lot more headway because he's not spending as much time spitting out details that he doesn't know would belong in a organizational document.
So while we're doing this, I'm gonna do this. If you look at the stream, I'm like, if we're gonna do it like that while talking about it, I think actually the one thing I can do is write this.
Yeah. So Pillow, I'm gonna read that chat message out. So despite having this huge story I'm working on since 2012, I've made tons of smaller stories in between then. Now, is that in relation to your universe, or is it outside of the sort of canon? I should ask.
Guess who can't type, by the way? I can't type.
Oh, chill, dude. It's early.
Yeah, it is early. No, but things to consider. Notes and brainstorms. You don't need to make it perfect. I'm just like, just so we don't have to just be sitting with just the inner space one. I was like, oh, well, I could actually just like, we could make this look like a lecture room. So that's what.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty much the fucking professor here.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be your assistant since you're not the one streaming it. What else would you say? So you don't need to make it perfect. What else would you throw on this then?
You also shouldn't spend too much time on it. Don't spend forever on organization. Just take what you need.
Right.
It can be, but it doesn't have to. So here's the thing about that, Pillow. If you have any second thoughts, any reason to feel bad about it, don't, because I literally do the same thing.
Right.
I have a larger universe, and there are many little stories that fit in and slightly without outside of. So
also, I'm like doing this because I want to actually keep like something like this to refer back to whenever I'm kind of like stuck and being like, oh, well, maybe don't do that, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like these are your notes.
Yeah, pretty much. So let's see. And Harry Potter over here, part of my fucking legacy, and joking. The joke is that I look kind of like Harry Potter as an anime with orange hair.
A little bit, yeah.
With dog ears. Well, let's see. I also just like, if I keep sitting with this thing, and I don't have second thoughts. Usually I try to make simplistic things, but they always end up larger than I have liked. One thing I do is a lot of my scene work is built on music, which is why you kind of see this with streaming. Why I like to play my own music is it's like a lot of like based around storytelling, kind of. I really like using music as like a way to build some sort of world around it.
It is a vessel.
Music helps me in probably more than anything else. I have theme songs for characters. Like, I do shit like that.
No, me too. Me too, dude. Don't worry about it.
So that's been like the big thing for me, is it's like I've always been trying to do it. So because this is a your in-head music videos, kind of, it's not even music videos, but like actual scenes. Like, as I grew up playing so many games, like music was always like the thing I would focus on, and being like the scene that is like what kind of track is playing during the scene, and like what kind of music works for scenes like this, and so I always aim for, of course, yeah. So the track I'm playing right now, like even like I've listened to this one a lot, and all I can think of is just like busy city streets, and it's like nighttime and stuff.
Yeah, it's
like in my head, I'm seeing lights with it, and I love this kind of shit. Like ambient music is like my thing. Love this stuff. Really good focus stuff. But that's like I mean, I guess it makes sense for a character to be obsessed about is a character related to music, like Miku, as sort of this
fitting
fundamental. Yeah, it's like as a big fundamental part of my personality. So,
and you know what? You wouldn't even be the first. I literally do the same thing. It is like you. I have theme songs for characters, and I have I have music for pivotal moments and ambience. Yeah.
And it's big for that. It's cool to like that. Like that's just how some people's brains are. It's cool to meet people like that on the internet. To like know like what.
Yeah. So rest assured, we're in kindred spirits here. There's also another point I want to bring up with having having music in relation to a scene. Right? You mentioned before that you see lights, that you hear cars, that you hear hear.
Specifically in the track, though, like as part of the song, I'm like it triggers something in my brain. I can, for some reason, that's all I'm imagining, and I don't know if other people hear that or see that. Some people don't come up with that, you know?
Right. It's a level of abstraction that requires like.
I think a certain type of
yeah,
it's just how
it's a certain level of abstraction that people are really honed in on. Not necessarily that other people aren't capable of. It's just that with personality types like you and me, we've like this is at the forefront of our mind. Right.
Well, I think it's like that's just what's driven by interest. Like some people, it's like what parts of your brain do you use, you know, that you like using, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And like that's a very big portion of what of like I don't know how much sound you absorb in like Fireteam, for example, right?
Right.
Because I'm already of that sort of because I'm sort of already cut from that cloth, the sound, I spend a lot of time on the sound design in Fireteam, right? Making everything sound nice, making everything sound terrifying.
Yes.
Like, ever notice how every time we take fire in that game, we all go silent?
Yeah.
And try to
focused on what we're up against. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm taking a page out of horror games that don't really work, right? The jump scary types.
Yeah.
That's because the instant shock of being jump scared lends more to a combat situation where, oh shit, I'm getting shot at. Let's return fire and kill that guy.
Right.
But that's just an example of how far you can take sound design, how far you can take ambient music.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, but taking it to writing, it's like you can't really make music for writing. Unfortunately, as much as I'd love to have some sort of books don't do that. And that's like the base level of things. It's like if you're just reading, you kind of can't provide that. So how do you translate that into words?
Yeah. There's the folly with that, and there are other ways to get around that. So I used to way back yonder when I was like 16, I used to narrate creepypastas, right?
Oh, okay.
And music had a really big influence in how a scene moved. Granted, I was a kid and I didn't exactly know what I was doing, but I knew that music in relation to what was happening with the words was paramount.
Yeah.
To convey movement.
So with that being said, I'm just trying to see what else we could put into this little thing about notes, though, and like things to consider with notes and brainstorms.
Oh, we did derail a little bit, didn't we?
Yeah, I said this was gonna happen. I'm like, let's get back on track. I'm sorry to do that.
But at the very least, the kind of left hooking that we're doing is productive.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
We're not all of a sudden talking about fucking ramen or some shit, even though I really like
stream
right
stuff. Much of there's stuff I'd like to talk about with stream stuff. I'm like, I'll wait.
Yeah.
We could even, I mean, at some point, if chat wants to, we can break off and go play something for a bit, but I mean, I just want us to do this as part of the stream today, and for however long we want to do it for. Yeah.
There is another thing I do want you to add on the
Go for it. That's what this is for.
So there is. So take a little walk with me here.
Okay.
How many times have you ever been? So you're working on a big project, right? And It is a big one, right? Multiple paragraphs, multiple pages long, and you're just writing and writing and writing. Start from the beginning, read down to the most recent thing you've read. You realize you've gone off the deep end, and your plot is all the way over this way.
Yeah, I've had that happen. Well, I've had that problem where my plot is all the way off the deep end, and I'm also like, I don't remember things that I've just written before. Like, wait, I wrote that. Oh God, I haven't brought that back. Or there's things I've set up that don't go anywhere.
Yeah, and let me sort of curb that for you. So one of the things I taught my boy Nej when we were doing his document is I had him write let's say you have to plan out a chapter, or let's just even go like a scene, right?
Okay.
Like, let's say you're planning a scene out.
Yep.
What I want you to do before any kind of detail, before any kind of sensory, before any kind of ambience, do a quick little fucking synopsis of what's supposed to be happening.
Okay. Should I put that in notes and brainstorms? Because
yeah, synopsize or rough draft your scene. Yeah.
I should. You know what I should do? I should just screen share this to you. What the fuck am I doing? We've been doing this the whole time, and I'm like, wait a minute. so you don't have to fucking catch up on the shit. What the fuck am I doing?
Right. All good, man. So, quick synopsis of your entire scene, chapter,
episode, whatever you want to call it.
Episode. Yeah, whatever section that you want to write at the moment, you would synopsize it first. What is supposed to be happening in this scene?
Okay.
And immediately
this
following
is
that,
probably something I should do more, and I haven't. Like, that's something that's like a big fault of mine. So I'm gonna actually make this bold.
And what I honestly would recommend doing is like keeping a copy of it, like copying and pasting it at the top of your page, so that
and then just take it out when you're done, kind of, right?
Take it out when you're done, because that way it's at the very top of your page. You're like, oh wait, what am I supposed to be doing? Go back to the synopsis. Oh, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay.
Well, if I'd write it out, I'd probably figure it out. Oh wait, I have inverse problems of trying to find factions, motivations to shape the story. Though if I'd write it out, I'd probably figure it out naturally. Just want to think ahead in my story writing. Okay. Well, you know, because this is a fanfic and it involves Vocaloid characters, which the thing about these characters is that they don't have a set personality, so it's basically like at this point what's gonna happen is when I'm done with this, I'm going to take the names and just fucking rewrite them, right? When this is all said and done, and then be like, I can put this in an actual book. And that was the intent, because that's how much their personalities are like. They're all parts of what I've, you know, had to come up with on my own, because of just, they don't give you anything, and that's really like what drew me towards it. Is really, it's just I like the designs.
And great that you brought up characters hat, and great, Pillow, that you brought up factions, because that was my next point.
Yes, and I was actually going to bring up, because in the first kind of arc of this story is kind of the singular villain that I kind of have is Robert Callan, who is he's small time, right? Like compared to the entirety of the entire aside from the antagonist that is duodecim security, you have Callan, who's a little more vindictive and is just very much this entity of on his own, almost like he goes rogue and kind of does his own thing for a bit before he's, spoilers, eventually killed off to move things up the plate. But like he's kind of like the first initial. His motivations for me, like, never, like, it was really hard to write for him for a little bit, and then I was like, when you finally got into the groove of it, when I started doing rewrites, I started like my notations for him are a little more like, okay, I'm going to give him more screen time to kind of like give this character is like, if you're doing your first book, and this is the first book, and this is the character that like we're focusing on as a villain, as an antagonist, you'll want to explore his character a little more. And so it's like, I like a character that is very much about what one looks like on the outside, to like just your reputation. And that's what this character kind of is somebody who is so like wants to be a bigger fish in this whole thing, and he thinks everyone else is below him.
Yeah, it's a guppy in a school of tuna.
Yeah. And the problem with him is that he had, like, I don't know, like an inferiority complex, I guess, but he doesn't ever like whenever he fails, it's everyone else's fault. You know, is kind of the problem. So he's angry about it. It's like I felt like the first time I go around when I was writing this initially, he's not as it's not as deep as it could be, I guess.
Yeah, and so, there's again excellent segue.
Yes,
because like,
well, because you brought it up, and I wanted to actually bring up an example of something that I could like get into.
That is fantastic, because what you essentially did for me is you provided both an example and a counterexample.
Yes.
Yeah. So to address can you make out a little like bullet point for like characters / factions?
Sure. Do you want me to go over to character factions in my thing here?
Or no, just make like an extra bullet point, like how you had it before with like the slashes and shit.
Okay.
Yeah. So the planning ahead bit, Pillow, is a bot.
Oh, I got him. I already got him.
Okay.
I got him.
Nuke this bit.
All right. But what?
So characters, factions, deserve their own documents. And you should take into consideration the previous points. Because it is helpful for you not to make it perfect.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to be like, you don't have to present this character to anybody but yourself. You don't have to spend a crazy amount of organization, because it's literally just little, depending on what kind of person you are, like a character could just be a bunch of shit thrown together and you just drawing like red string around to connect everything, right?
Yeah.
Or you could have somebody as layered as fucking as layered as a fucking tier cake.
Right.
But whatever it is, organize, don't organize too much, right? And even like the synopsis, right? If you write a little synopsis of what this person is about, then that'll keep you in line and in character, more importantly. Yeah. And that goes with factions too, right? You don't want to forget what a group's idea is, because like, let's say you don't want this group to be absolute hypocrites, right?
Right.
Play it straight, stick to the script, but if you don't have a script, then you can't play it straight.
Yeah, right. And then everything becomes wobbly and fucked up. Which is on the opposite end. You then have your the Hands of Unity, who are like the inner space cult group that are kind of like extremely religious and bound to this idea of, I like that. This is part of like the problem with setups, is it's like I wanted them to be more prevalent in the earlier stage, right? Well, the problem is that they kind of disappear for a while. So I have to, during the rewrite stage where like I'm trying to like notate things, I want them to have more of a presence around like the beginning parts of things, because they kind of disappear in favor of more like, oh, we have this thing we want to do. Well, it's like, well, how do you need to like have them intermix, I guess, into the entire
right.
You know what I mean? But
how do you feasibly tie their hands but still have them visible? I understand.
Yeah, and make them a threat and make them noticeably like, okay, they have a presence here, because for the most part they weren't there, and they should be. And I realized my mistake there was on my end. Yeah.
And it's good that you would admit that, because that is exactly that prior point is exactly the kind of thing that would help you out, because when you have a sort of structure to things, then it becomes easier to pull and reference rather than just dig around and shit. Like you said before, keeping stuff in your head, it degrades over time. It artifacts over time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to make the vastness of space filled up while a war's happening, so maybe there's just motherships and lookout points as an example. Sure, but like, if a conflict's happening, so we're talking about writing for this story, right? What if the concept of like there was like there was like factions of like things happening before, and you had the inner space colonial authority or like colonial administration, so ISCA. I like my acronyms, so those are always fun to put together. Yeah. But the ISCA is they were supposed to be kind of like the government of like different colonies, because the way inner space is set up is a lot of different. It's like planets, but they aren't. They're all in like little sectors, and so ISCA was like over most of Alpha, and it goes from like it goes to Alpha to Beta sector to. They do Charlie, Delta, and Echo's the last one, and Echo is well, it's funny because Echo, sound, all that stuff. It's actually the unexplored like dead space that like nobody goes to because nobody comes back from it. And so all right, but back to it. The ISCA is destroyed by the time the story starts, and so like I need to like keep like notation of like How much? The other problem is like how much influence do they have, and now that they've crumbled and gone, like what took over? And this was the other problem, is like a lot of this was just happening as I was going on, right? Like as I'm going along, I'm making it up. It feels like, and this kind of organization becomes necessary now, where like that's kind of why I stopped writing so much, was because I got overwhelmed. No.
Yeah. The amount of stuff that you were putting on the plate was beginning to collapse the fucking plate under you.
Yeah, well, because there was no support, because I didn't build the support. I built the foundation.
Yeah.
But when you build a house, you need supports on top of the foundation. You can't just put the roof on top. No?
So I have the saying that I tell both my creative writing and my like regular English students.
Okay.
Build a strong foundation so that it doesn't hurt when they're kicked out from under you.
Okay, a strong foundation.
Because that will happen.
Okay, so build a strong foundation because what? Sorry, I missed that.
Build a strong foundation so that it doesn't hurt when it's kicked out from under you.
Okay.
Because eventually you are going to slip, and if you don't have foundation to catch onto, so to speak, you're going to fall and tumble and go back into fucking writer's block. I actually wanted to bring up an example. From my work. Mm-hmm. So I have an organization that is known as the Agency, and they're named that for two reasons. One, it is a group of agents collected from all over the world. Or I guess there's three reasons. The second reason is that the Agency is a super vague name, right? Mm-hmm. So you can't attribute any kind of nationality, any kind of identity to them necessarily.
Right.
And that works for them because they are an incredibly secretive organization, right? Like, it goes to the point where if you know about them, you're pretty much dead.
Right.
But agency also has another meaning as in like the other use of the word, right? Who has the ability to do something or not? Who has agency?
Right.
And this is probably one of the most powerful groups on the planet, despite their small numbers. Right. And one of the things I do to foreshadow them is the repeated use of the number 7.
Okay.
Lucky number 7. And it's stuff like dates, it's stuff like hours, it's stuff like times of day, it's stuff like the counts of such, right? How many bullet wounds have you sustained, etc., etc.
The numbers, Chasey.
What do they mean?
Pixie, oh god, I remember in one of the DMs I sent to Pixie a long time ago, I've actually written a fiction about Miku. He was very shocked about this, so now Pixie gets to come in here and finally hear about it. Yeah.
And you get to do so in a professional manner, so no one gets to make fun of you about it, right?
Professional.
Well, I count, apparently. According to my 2 pieces of paper that say, hey, I could do shit.
It's like making a super puzzle. What if it's a super weapon? Can I make a super weapon with a super puzzle?
Yeah, totally, man. I'm gonna give you the A-OK. I mean, I don't know. It depends on what my CIA handler said, but I'll probably talk to him about it. Yeah.
Oh, we're doing that now, aren't we?
But no. Moving. Moving on. From the previous point. Shut up, phone. I'm not talking to you.
I am your phone. I will talk to you. No, all right.
Moving on to the next point, though, with the characters and the factions, both of those share one thing. Because they're human elements, they interact with each other. And having a little page where that's fully dedicated to how they interact with other characters, how they interact with other groups, even how they interact with themselves. I guess it would be something of a relations page.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me.
Charlie Holiday. It's not Charlie Holiday. It was Charlie Day meme with the red string.
Yeah.
But with characters.
Yeah. Yeah. It's how do these characters and groups interlock with each other? Yeah.
Sure.
Just put a little fucking smiley face, my signature.
Charlie Holiday. I don't know what the fuck that name came. I think Charlie Day, Charlie Holiday.
There's a day in it. There's a day in it.
That's probably what got me.
Yeah, Pillow, like making a super puzzle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And with that, a bunch of different things are going to interlock, like character background, character personality, etc., etc.
I don't want to show too much of it, but my example I have one of Aki that I've made.
Mm-hmm.
So I will show chat a little bit of like the ideas that were kind of like this was kind of what I was going with. If you see it,
I'm gonna have to zoom in a little bit for me.
Because this is like here's your here's the idea of like what my character pages look like. I think maybe adding a This is what I mean by AI being so fucking helpful, though.
Yeah.
Just shit like this.
Again, tool for you. Actually, you know what? That's worth adding to the notes page. Okay. AI okay as tool.
Do it. How about use your tools? AI is good for this. Here you go. AI is good for this if you need to organize.
I will kill you if you give me another AI written essay, though. God, I got a lot of those at the end of my career.
There you go.
I will. On God.
Don't do that. I just figured I'll write that in. Have a little bit of comedy. There you go, chat.
Yeah, we can pivot back to the character page though. Yeah.
My vision is augmented. It's a big JC in the chat. Very good.
Yeah.
Look at so many YouTube videos. It's like reading a lot of books, more inspiration. Oh yeah. I mean,
absolutely.
I mean, YouTube is new TV too. It's. Oh. Good.
That's going into stuff like plot devices and word choice. We're not quite there yet, but do hold on to that. That is a very good bookmark to keep.
Yep. Well, I mean, the concept of inspiration being whatever it is you find out in the wild. It's like, you know, AI can serve kind of the same purpose if there's something that you specifically need it for, and because that thing is nothing but fucking nothing but information taken from data sets. It's got a bunch of stuff you want to use it for. You might as well use it because it's there.
Yeah.
No, that's what you're getting
absolutely,
at.
Philo.
I figured.
Absolutely. And like he'd mind with the organizational stuff, right? Yeah. You're gonna want to bank all that. You're gonna want to bank all that information somewhere.
Yes. Because me being me, you can make big mistakes and leave shit out if you don't have it written down, which I've been doing for a while, and that's why I need to rewrite shit.
Yeah.
Making it harder in the future, I am cursing myself in the past, so. Or in the past.
Well, have solace in the fact that you are not the first and you will not be the last.
Of course. But it's a lot of work.
I get 40-year-olds sometimes that are still figuring this stuff out, so you're good, man.
I get this for free.
Yeah.
This is free advice.
Pay me.
How much you want? I only have $4 and a receipt.
Just buy me a fucking Snickers and you're good.
I bought you an Irism. Did I? Forget.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I did. So I guess that's a payment.
That's my payment. Yeah.
Whatever we get it up to that. No. Okay. What next?
So, what is a good point I could bring up? So I guess for now we can move over to the character bio and sort of pick apart the do's and don'ts.
Okay. So do you want me to pull up Aki's?
Whoever really. Actually, try to find whoever needs the most work at the moment.
I feel like Griff does.
Yeah.
That's her. This is, oh boy, my protagonist. Lol. Yeah. Have a fun time, chat. You can. Oh, I can throw you up to him. This is gonna be funny. Now people are like, oh, that's who that is. This is who this is in reference to the entire time whenever I play games and his name shows up.
Yeah.
Because I think loadouts and fucking Hattie and his cute
so
boys.
Good. So good. You got the synopsis at the very top. Good.
Yes.
You were doing so even
yes.
subconsciously before I even taught you about it.
Yep. I mean, I know some of it.
That is. Yeah.
Yep. That it is necessary.
I'm just sort of touching on.
It is necessary. No. Pillow saying Hattie and his cute boys, and I'm like, it is necessary that my protagonist looks attractive. Yes.
No, me too, bro. My protagonist. I date a majority of them.
All. There you go. Fictionalized. His birthplace is a fictionalized California city called Palmview, but it sounds like a place in California, so that it works.
Sounds like a nice neighborhood.
It's nice. I don't have a theme for him yet, and I give everyone a theme song is kind of where I'm going at. I've had a few songs that I wouldn't mind throwing in. Failing this results in Concord. Oh no.
oh no.
We're not called.
So let's not touch that at the moment.
This is kind of fucked up.
It would
fix that later.
Yeah. So it would actually do you well if I wouldn't say this is necessarily undercooked. It's just you just haven't gotten to the stages where.
Yep. I haven't. I have not.
Yeah, you just haven't gotten too deep in yet. So what I would recommend for you actually is you got synopsis, you got personality. I would actually have a section about physical description. And the reason I do that is because when I want to describe a character in text, I would use bits and pieces of the physical description to emphasize bits and pieces of the character.
Okay. Well, I'll put that in now, and then I'll come back to that later when we get that.
Yeah, and don't forget about the relations page, because that is also important. Yes,
I'd like to do that. I do have like if you on my sidebar that chat can't see, but I do have like a factions and worlds and stuff. Do I have? I don't think I have a relations page, but I should probably just make a whole page of just who relates to what and like kind of where is what.
So how Mao does it on her document is she has a table. It's like a 2 by. It's like a 2 by.
Oh, by the way, speaking of actually.
Yeah.
This is the cool thing about Obsidian is it actually does do the.
Oh, it does
that for you. So it is really nice where it can you can link things in it where what goes and you can start building it like that. So that is there.
I might have to recommend this to my boy Nej. I think he
I've just DM'd Nej because I kind of want to talk to him. So I just DM'd him. I will actually bring it up to him too. So.
Oh, he's a good guy. He's been friends with me since middle school.
Yeah, I've been wanting since he started talking. I'm like, I should just go talk to this dude. Do they lift? Yeah. Do I lift? I don't know.
I do. I have a protein deficiency though, so I'm.
He just drank a protein drink. My ass, fucking.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No, little fucking side thing. I do have like a fucking protein deficiency, so I'm like 24. I'm like. I've been like lightweight all my life, and I fucking hate that.
Jesus Christ. 50-pound bags every day. Oh, that's me when I work. Speaking of,
yeah,
because I have to lift 50-pound bags of seed and or fertilizer. So that's my lifting. Lol. Now, to be fair, I only lift those about 20 times a day, but I guess it's something. You're doing something.
Give it a few months.
Yeah, it'll probably do something. But I feel like now my hope. What do we want to add? I guess because we, like I said, we don't have to be doing just the writing thing. We can go do something else too and still talk about it.
True. Yeah. So what we ought to add is we ought to add physical description for not just the characters but also the factions, right?
Okay. So actually, the one that doesn't have where's my factions page? I kind of have one that has like that I tried to put a description for. This is what I said. AI is great for this. Kind of what my idea was.
Yeah.
The Rangers is probably like the closest thing to it. Let me put it in new. Physical descriptors. We'll do that. See, because this is like a.
Oh yeah, a history tab would also be good for, or I suppose it's called a background tab for a character.
Yeah,
but yeah,
background and history tabs are good too.
Yeah, background, history tabs, physical descriptions.
Yes.
I call them psychological profiles, but personality is
okay.
Is also big factor. Because
personality tabs and physical.
Because and the reason I do a psychological profile rather than personality is, it's a little bit more of an in-depth look at how somebody thinks rather than how they act towards somebody. Because I have a theme in my thing where it's like, who is somebody on the outside and who is somebody on the inside,
right?
And how willing are you to dig into somebody to be accepted by them or to have them accept you, right?
Right.
Have you ever heard of the hedgehog's dilemma?
No. What is this?
So the hedgehog's dilemma is a complex where somebody wants to get close to somebody, like a cuddly little hedgehog, but the hedgehog has spines. So you don't, but so the person doesn't want you approaching them, even though they do want companionship, right?
Okay.
You get that in characters like the kind that push people away, even though they want human interaction, because they don't think they're either worthy or they think they're too much for people.
Okay.
That's just an example of the kind of thing that I use. Fucking Noelle, right?
Yeah.
Noelle from my thing. She's not hedgehog dilemma at that point. She's porcupine's dilemma.
There you go. I'm trying to think if there's anyone I have that directly falls under that, and it's like I kind of like don't want to make a character directly like that entirely. Giga Tsundere. Nice.
Yeah.
Now, question, Pixie, are you into that?
You might like Noelle.
I mean, I'm just asking, buddy. It's funny how it's interesting that I mean, I feel like I have characters like that, but like I kind of inverse, like not inverse, but like I do like different like ways that they are, because a lot of people like are like where you have antisocial types who don't entirely like, trying to think of a good example, or like the best way to describe this. But when you have a character that, you always have characters that are really mean, but like want to get close to people, but are really scared of doing it.
Yeah.
I have ideas like of one that is just really smart and doesn't know how to get close to people. So it's kind of the problem of like not being mean, but just kind of just too quirky.
This sounds harsh, but
Yeah.
I mean it in good faith. It's a social ineptitude.
There you go. I always use the term savant, like somebody who's... Where's the self-insert character? We just looked at him.
Yeah, we just looked at him.
We just looked at Griff.
Late to the party there, buddy.
Yeah. Griff was just there. Griff might as well. maybe Harkdark's been watching this whole time, lurking, and then he's like, maybe Griff doesn't come off as like a self-insert. I don't know. To be fair to Griff, he is different from me in terms of character. That both him and Akira are different enough from me that, like, very different, because I'm very outgoing. Both of them are not social butterflies.
Closed off, yeah.
I think my characterization of Miku might be more in line with me than either of them, which is really funny.
Makes sense. In hindsight, you really identify with her.
Yeah.
There's a little fun fact about me. I can't self-insert. I straight up can't. I've tried it. It does not do well for me.
Yeah, it's not something I don't want to put myself in the story, is kind of how I feel. It's like, I don't want to be here. I want somebody... characters are interesting because they have their own story. Not me that needs to be here for this, because then it just doesn't...
Absolutely.
As a kid, it makes more sense because you don't know how to what characters are, and the differentiation between you and someone else. It's like, you want to be a character in this anyways with your own name. Mm-hmm. It's like kids do it because kids, don't know better. Yeah, I don't do it. I wouldn't do it. It's just not. That's not really my entire purpose here. I want to tell a story. I want to have characters interact. I'd be a random side character you rarely see and isn't important to the plot. Don't say that. You're plenty important to this stream.
You're important. You're like you're contributing to the conversation, brother.
Yeah. Let's not act like.
But to that effect, I can understand why somebody would want to do that.
I can see it. Life's boring sometimes, and when you want to like be part of the,
Well, for me anyway, it's uncomfortable for me to put myself in a piece of work in such a fashion where it's very obviously that guy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And not even that, it's just like, I don't want to put other people that like exist. Like, putting real people is always weird.
Flashback to that one time I put Vladimir Putin in a shitpost, in like a shitpost story.
Oh my god. No, like, okay, well, this is gonna be personal, but like my own, like, my stepmom, it was like an influence to a character. I won't say who, but like.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yes,
do go on.
Yes, yeah. But like, I don't want to like put her in it, like give the same name to a character like that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
inspiration.
It's inspiration, but it's like, when you put real people into it, suddenly this is like, oh well, now it's not as special when it's like real people, I guess. Like, the uniqueness is now, well, this starts to detract from it, even though you're trying to make it real to you in some way, in like some weird twisted.
There are ways to do so.
Yes,
without feeling that way.
Yes, and it's.
So here's a little thing I want you to consider when doing brainstorming, right?
Sure.
So you are making another character, right? And you are drawing inspiration from somebody else because, well, you don't want to use your own traits. It's fucking boring, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is going to be a time where you have to make a character that simply doesn't believe in what you believe. And you have to be okay with that.
Yes, and here's the problem: is it's like, especially with a lot of villain characters, I feel like this would apply, where characters that like they are counter to what you believe in, and like having to get into that mindset of thinking how they think is kind of difficult. For me, a lot of the time,
I'll get it. Yeah, go ahead.
Writing someone that's evil and like genuinely like wants to hurt people is hard for me, because it's like I don't want to do that.
Yeah. And here's the thing, though, right?
No, I'm gonna actually put in the note.
Yeah, please.
Your characters might disagree with you. With you. There we go.
Yeah.
I've written
furthermore,
disgusting racists. Well, yeah. I don't think I'd do that, because that's not the world. I mean, I guess I've written people with anti-android sentiment, I guess, but that's different.
I've Pillow, you might have a good time with a story I've put together, but we will get to that later. But to add on to that, your characters might disagree with you, and you have to be okay with it.
Okay, let me actually amend that then. Your characters might disagree with you, and you have to be okay with that.
Yeah, and you can go as close to the chest, like close to the heart as possible, like sort of what you're doing, where it's difficult for you to, where at the moment it's difficult for you to branch out and do something villainous, right? But for me, because I've done a lot of like the studying of human psychology, I'm kind of the opinion that people don't come to the conclusions that they do because they're stupid. Right. There is a reason that somebody comes to an idea, and while that reason may not be good, it is a reason. If you can reason a way that somebody could feasibly come to this idea, it becomes a lot easier to write the character.
Well, yeah. Conversely,
if you don't want reason to somebody's actions, that can end up adding to how enigmatic, sometimes dangerous, sometimes attractive a person is.
Right.
It really is. It really is playing with the unknown here. Right. I'm going to give you a moment to mull over that. I need to go use the bathroom and probably go get downstairs and get a snack.
Go for it.
I'll be right back.
I asked the question in the chat. Can I get an answer to that, chat? Since Beat says I'm a Clanker supremacist, all I can just ask is Clank the robot version of Plap? Just to throw us off track. You guys can debate that. Here, enjoy the music, you know. I got nothing for the moment. Metal pipe sound effects. You know. So if I just... There you go. Yep. You enjoy that one, chat. Jesus. I deserve that. So totally deserve that. That was all according to Kikaku. Ear splitting metal ringing as a consensual scene plays. See, my version of... I mean, but would you do it, though? You know what my version would be?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hi. Sorry, we were debating on if clanking would be the sound of if you fucked a robot girl. Is that what it would make?
You mean like?
It'd be like this.
That? Like that?
Yep. 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 The other one was it was the Gmod ragdoll sound effects.
Hey, if that's what it sounds like, I'm doing it.
All right, sounds good.
I'm going right in.
I don't know, man. I'd be laughing too hard to. I don't know. If you woke up one day and it was a Source game, how would you feel? This stream is fucked. We're never coming back from this. We're fucked.
No, we're not. I can still reel this in.
Your Honor, I would like it if we could die. No. God damn it, Pillow.
Okay, sorry. So before I left him, we had this absolute.
Did it do it again?
What was that about?
Did it do it again, Pillow? I'm so sorry. So our keeps deselecting my reward every time this dies. So I have to help. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Pillow. I really wished OBS wasn't a piece of shit.
Unfortunately, it's shit and pooping.
Okay, let me fix it. Let me just play it. Oh, it's on cooldown. God damn it.
Oh, I am an idiot. I completely forgot to post a link in the Night.
Oh well.
This would be actually helpful for them.
There you go, chat. You can do it. You can do it now. Work too. Go.
There we go.
Yeah, and now that we do this, so chat, do you want to switch gears now? And I need to change the price on that.
Yeah.
You're doing this again, aren't you?
Me? Gungaga.
Brother, at this rate, nothing's gonna happen.
I know. Well, we've been trying. Look, for an hour of this, I'm proud to say that we did get somewhere.
Yeah.
And the best part is this is recorded. So if you want to send this to other people in NightNet, this is actually a good informational, like, you know.
Absolutely. This is something I'd be doing anyway over there, so fucking why not, right?
Right.
So I was thinking on the way down, we were talking about being able to understand where a villain or a character is coming from, let's just say, right?
Yep.
And where you can take away information.
Mm-hmm.
So the latest short story I wrote.
Just insert Kunlan in any story.
Okay. So
Jesus.
So the latest short story I wrote, it's called A Monster Journal, and it takes And it's, Pylon from Fireteam?
Yep.
It is from her perspective. And I explain her thought process, right? Everything is written to you very, very clearly, her thought process.
Right.
She still does not make any sense because the human drive to do anything is just simply not there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I may, I'm actually gonna pull up the thing right now. If I may read a few lines.
I will let you do that.
Yeah.
Or go for it.
So I'm gonna open up with the very first page. So 21/6/20XX. This is Canadian time because she's Canadian. I'm kidding. I have nothing against Canadians. So, story opens up like this. My brother's funeral was today. The service took place in the garden right behind the house. Chairs left and right of me were filled with dozens of people right in front of the fountain where he would be buried. Everyone was there. Mom, dad, aunts, uncles, his classmates, and friends. If he knew them, they came. Some of them from provinces away. I didn't really know anyone there other than my parents, and everybody was busy talking to them. I heard things about how he was so young, that he was in a better place, and that everything would be okay. Everyone was crying, hugging each other, telling stories about how great he was. I didn't really get any of it, but it was interesting to see people act like this, a lot of people to boot. While people were getting out of their chairs to comfort mom and dad, whatever that meant, I fixed their chairs to try and occupy myself. How couldn't I? I spent hours beforehand setting them up perfectly, and people were trampling them. Everyone who stayed behind just kind of looked at me with solemn gazes. As annoyed as I was, I did my best to give one back. It worked, like always. Poor girl, I heard one of them say. I guess. I'm not really even sure why everyone gathered for my brother to begin with. It just kind of felt like a normal day. I didn't really feel bad. People seemed to like that I looked like it, though, so I pretended to be. To think that she lost him at such a young age, I heard another say. I didn't lose anything. He died. That's it. All he did was ask weird questions and give me things that had no value. All my family seemed to do that. Something about a spectrum. They seemed to like that I looked like it, though, so I just went along with it. They're complicated, but strangely predictable. Everyone was. And I'll cut that there.
That does make her sound a little more like I guess what I'm thinking is she kind of comes off as like sociopathic.
That is exactly what I was going for. So I took inspiration from a couple of journals that were written by actual like sociopaths. Not all of them dangerous, mind you, because not all sociopaths are dangerous. But the recurring thing I felt reading that is that while they're really good at describing what they're thinking, I simply can't understand what they're getting at, because they're so far removed from what makes you and what makes me, right?
Right.
Like the ability to feel empathy, the ability to feel grief, stuff like that, right?
Right.
And I'm gonna scroll down a little bit. I'm gonna scroll down a little bit. What page is this? This is page 4. Then she did something. Okay. Then she did something weird. Madeline took something out of her backpack and covered it up for a moment. She got rid of the face the same way Mom did when she did something she thought was embarrassing. For a moment, I thought I was curious, hoping that maybe it was something I could actually talk about, but I couldn't have been further from the truth. Madeline called it a Playboy. I was curious, she lied, except I couldn't figure out what about. Usually I could. Like I said, she looked embarrassed but also excited. It's the hormones. She lied again. When she offered to let me look at it, I flipped through the pages. I saw lots of men and women I didn't recognize, and they were doing things I didn't understand. Like she wanted, I was honest with her. I don't get it. It's boring. She just kind of smiled nervously and continued to look at the photos on her corner of the bed. What a weird girl. end segment.
I don't know. I like your descriptors. That's nice. You're also a good narrator. But that's besides the point.
Yeah. But the case I want to.
I guess as a side thing, your style is just different than mine.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Your the way you write is much different than I feel like how I write. I don't know if that's amateur or if it's just me being like I am not as well versed into the world as you are, I guess, of writing. I don't know.
I'm the guy with the education, so I guess it makes sense. I know. Beside the point. Yeah. But you haven't seen any. This is like the most clinical I can get with this character, because this is from her perspective, right? Yeah. She's supposed to be super cold. She's supposed to be detached, right? But I'll probably grab another text at another date and show you something a little bit like more wholesome, for lack of a better term.
Okay.
But the point I'm trying to make with that segment there is, I kind of understand what her thought process is. It's just I don't agree with it at all.
Yes, and I knew that's that we're still on this. So the uncanny is such an interesting topic to explore. Yes, it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And like Monica, that's her name. She's super uncanny. I won't spoil too much, but there's this scene where somebody is having a really bad time, and she's just like, "Oh, okay."
Right. Well, it's just she doesn't understand why that is somebody outside of that.
No. And the thing is with her, she's using it to her advantage because that's all she knows how to do.
Right.
So, like I said, maybe put a little appendix to the last point that we wrote. In making a character you don't agree with, try to understand their thought process.
All right.
Yeah. And I did use the example of a villain there. It does not have to be a villain. It could be...
Doesn't have to. Shit, it could be somebody who just... like, somebody who's just more... like... Okay, so you have a lot of free spirit characters, or I do. I have a lot of free spirit kind of characters, or just characters who are a little more, it's a lot more rebellious, or a lot more in a particular kind of attitude towards life that maybe lines up with my own. Maybe you have somebody who's a little more clinical, like a good guy who's clinical, but that's just how they live. That's just how they are. That's just what they do, and that's just how they think. But they're still a good guy, That's. Mm-hmm. That's like, you don't have to agree with their philosophy or view on life to still make them like a decent person, They're just, that's how they are.
Yeah. The discrepancy between you and that person is not an indicator of their moral standing. What else can we touch on? I do write their thought process with my factions. I'm still trying to figure out what they're about. Well, because see, with factions, I would know because I'm the faction guy. But with factions, you kind of have to consider what's known as the micro and the macro. The macro is everything from the top of the faction down, and the micro is everything from the bottom of the faction up. So I like to do a little bit of an exercise whenever I put together a faction, right?
Right.
What ideology would somebody at the bottom come into a faction with?
Mm-hmm.
And how would that affect the faction?
Right.
Conversely, how would the faction's core ideology affect the guy on the bottom? If you if you want to put together a faction that is grounded and that is compelling, then what you would want to do in that regard is have both the guy at the bottom and the guy at the top influencing each other.
Right.
So it's not like because few people realize that when you get into a group with a shared ideal, it's transactional, and what that currency is could be respect, could be money, could be moral standing, whatever it is. It's a transaction,
Right.
and you can also take that in the opposite direction. Some people in the faction don't want to play ball.
Right.
You can explore many different angles, but I find that seeing how the small affects the big and the big affects the small really helps me when I put together a group for.
Well, think of like ripples, like what the ripple effect actually causes when you create something like that.
Yeah.
Like what does this cause?
Mm-hmm. What kind of impact is this droplet going to do to the whole pond?
Yeah.
Shit, we should actually write that down.
Oh, what, rippling? Like,
yeah.
How does it
in context of factions, right?
Yeah.
How does a character affect a group, and how does a group affect a character? Consider that.
Is it it's effect, right? EFFECT.
Affect. AFF.
Okay, it is AFF. So I had it right the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That actually might, and I feel like that could relate even more with like the other one I was thinking of, which I should actually make a document for. Is crossed wires at some point should maybe actually get talked about too. I feel like maybe we'll do this again sometime with that. But I feel like what I should do is actually get this, like put these to the, put the notes down for that before I go back to writing that, because I don't have anything for it aside from like what the initial idea was that I've shown you.
Yeah.
There's really not much
and like
else.
You're getting good. Sorry, go ahead.
No, all I'm saying is it's like down the line I'll have that actually out, and then we can actually talk about. But what were you saying? Getting good what?
Yeah, and you've been getting good feedback on that anyhow, because like Nej was like, is he the second person to go through that I know of in the Nightnet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
right.
we've talked about it in voice call with each other, and sort of like waxed poetic about it, and he and I pretty much have the same opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Of dialogue, fantastic. Prose could use a little playing around with,
right?
But otherwise good.
All right.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we want to throw on?
Oh, yes. So, write this down. Explore prose, explore poetry.
Yeah.
Prose as in prose.
Yes. I know what prose is.
Yeah. So let me take you all on a little journey, right?
Mm-hmm.
So way back when I was like 19, 20, my method of writing back then was very essay-like, because I was a very good essayist, right?
Sure.
I was good at describing and explaining a process, but not necessarily weaving my words in a way where it sounded nice.
Right.
Hard cut to when I took creative writing courses that focused on poetry, that focused on prose. What prose teaches you to do is weave your words in a way that sounds nice and describes things that evokes a sort of emotion. Prose is really good at bringing an emotion out onto a subject matter.
Right.
It's fantastic at that.
Well,
Conversely, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I'm just like, because prose is not the poetic aspect more than it's just the it's just the normal text. Like, it's not trying to be flavorful. It's just how somebody talks, right?
Oh no, it is trying to be flavorful.
Okay. More, it's not trying to be. I'm trying to think of what the opposite of prose is.
Prose is essay. The opposite of prose is essay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Then I'm I'm trying to remember. Okay.
No worries.
Yep. Prose is character. That's what it is.
Prose is character. Prose is artistic writing without structure.
Mm-hmm.
Because a prose can be literally anything you want it to be.
Yes.
Versus poetry. And I think this will really apply to you. Poetry implies a sort of rhythm, a sort of structure, a sort of playing with your syllables, with your sounds. Think of poetry like the beat, and prose as the melody.
Okay.
Because one of the things I really appreciate poetry for, even though I'm not necessarily a poet, is word spacing and how my word choice affects how a sentence sounds. I do this thing a lot, and I make my students do it all the time. Read your sentences aloud.
Okay.
Because what that does is, when you speak something, you're counting, you're unconsciously counting your syllables. You're unconsciously like putting things in a rhythm. And if it comes out sounding weird, if the rhythm is off, if the cadence is off, you're gonna want to edit that and make it sound better.
Right. Well, I mean, hey, in relation to music, like, writing is kind of on a rhythm. It's the pace.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic example.
Yes.
There's another trick I teach my students, is that try not to make all of your sentences the same length.
Right. Yeah. I mean, different sentences, different paragraphs, lengths, I guess. It's
yeah.
I mean, the way I've always heard it, your paragraphs are supposed to be a little mini story. They need to have a beginning and an end to them. They need to conclude. Like,
yeah.
So, that's how I've been told it. But what?
You're on the right track, but story isn't necessarily how I'd put it. Story's kind of
sometimes you just need to control
skeleton.
How long your sentences are for. Just the right pacing. Thanks, Pixie.
Yeah. No, but that is also that is unironically a good example.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. This has been informational and rather fascinating. It's like, it feels like shit I have like heard, but it's nice to have in like a document to like refer back to if I need to. What else should we throw in here?
So maybe append to explore prose, explore poetry, explore prose for artistic language, explore poetry for cadence and rhythm.
So artistic language, poetry, cadence, and Candace. Okay, cadence and rhythm. Because Cormac McCarthy forgot punctuation. Be Cormac McCarthy. I somehow merged Cormac and B into because, or I just thought B was BC. Be Cormac McCarthy, forget punctuation. Me spending an hour to get the most out of least amount of words me, Hatman, who stutters a lot and talks way longer than I should, I could definitely use it. Yeah, I thought this was fun.
Yeah. It's a funny little thing. The whole cadence thing actually helped me get over my my aversion to public speaking. Just because I was pacing my words and like.
Well, you're gonna have to be public speaking when you're on my show, so you know it is. Stretch.
Yeah, obviously.
Yep, my show.
So, your show.
10 people watching.
Your little talk show.
My little talk show. I could do late night talk shows better than any other. No, I'm kidding. I'm trying to think what else do we want to talk about before I kind of cut out. Because I'm feeling like wow doing these early ones without like playing something that's like high octane to wake up is not probably should have done this later in the night, maybe, I don't know. But,
so good news is this is all I was hoping to offload for you.
okay,
so
you want to do anything else?
So two options. We can go with the game like how you're leaning, or we can actually put all these to practice.
I kind of want to do all the practice stuff on my own, I think, off stream, just because it's like writing on stream. I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want to do that.
Totally fine.
I don't know if we just want to just end is kind of how I'm feeling, because technical issues aside, that kind of took some of the wind out of my sails, and I do have stuff I want to work on. The stream stuff that I'm trying to finish up for this weekend is kind of like on my mind. That's really big. So chat you don't know, I'm pretty much revamping my overlays and setup and just backgrounds and stuff. And I'm kind of like, because this actually relates to writing and storytelling, I actually kind of want to like make some sort of story or lore and all this stuff with the stream, maybe a little bit, like just something related to like an overarching plot. Maybe I don't know how the hell I'm gonna do it, but I want to just like go forward with like what can we do to make it more interesting. So that's what I'm looking at right now, and I want to get this finished up at some point.
Hopefully all of these notes and brainstorming bits will help you out with that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to do. Is it's like we're trying to build that. I work in 40 Ox. Could I talk to you a bit about at some point regarding my story? Pillow, he is in the server. I don't think Ox is gonna mind if you talk to him. I'm not speaking for him, but
absolutely, just hit me up anytime.
Yeah. Oh, I did. This is how I ended up with friends with Ox. I think is I'm trying to remember like our first conversation on Discord, and I think it was with me opening conversation, being like, "Hey, I think it was about Fireteam," and like streaming it. That was literally it, wasn't it? Yeah, you put the message forward in Bisnooch. Yes. I am also this is how I work. I am a social butterfly, and I will open up the fucking door. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. But I'm glad that that I could help you get your mod promoted. This is what are saying we can just talk to such a celebrity. Yeah, Beats, you could just send me Kira Pat emotes at any time. Absolutely. Yeah. So one more thing before we move on, or you get going. I might get going, but yeah, let's do it. So I've been hosting every so often. I've been hosting what's known as pen and paper RPGs, right? Yep. I've got one for my main thing, and I've got one for Fireteam, and I've just started branching out and doing one shots. So short scenes, like short scenes, sometimes long scenes where it's just character interaction in universe and a loose plot. I genuinely think we would have fun putting one of those to stream. As a stream, that'd be great. That'd be actually kind of fun. Yeah.
like we do like a sort of pseudo roleplay format where it's like one guy does X amount of paragraphs, cut to the next guy, do your paragraphs, etc., etc. I have a lot of fun with that with the group that I'm doing it with now. So
right.
And we can put like music and scenery to that shit. So like
that's always what I'm here for. Lol.
Even better.
Yep.
Even better. Right.
So
that is all from me. I hope everything I've talked about today helped you, Hat. I hope everything I talked about helped you, Chat.
Yeah. If you Chat, if you want to see more of this, let me know. That's kind of how I'm feeling. This would be cool to do more of if I had more to show, and like down the line, like if there was more I could talk about. I didn't really have a lot to show, and that's kind of what I was like, but
yet. And hey, if anybody wants a little bit more in-depth writing anything or artistic anything, you can either talk to me on the Hat Team Epic Discord or my Discord, the Nightnet.
Yeah,
Black Knight.
Yeah,
I actually. What's that?
Okay. No, you say share more of your stories, so I feel motivated to draw your characters. You two. Okay. Fine with me.
And I'm actually getting a webcam and a whiteboard soon, so I'm actually going to be hosting classes in there, like discussing stuff like we've talked about today to a group of people, and people could just pitch in with questions and ask me directly.
Well, if for the moment you don't have it, just use Obsidian like I've been doing, and just have that be your fucking whiteboard, I guess.
Totally, yeah.
Your blackboard.
If I can figure out how the fuck to use it.
It's not hard. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm
really just a dinosaur. And
how the fuck are you a dinosaur? But I'm older than you, and I know this shit. Come on, man.
I don't know. I mean, I'm 25 as of yesterday, so like.
I know that's weird. I'm about to be 30, and I'm still writing this shit, which goes to show. Don't let society tell you that you can't do it, because I'm doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. And here I am over here feeling like I'm fucking 30, 40.
I still feel like I'm a teenager and I'm almost 30. What the fuck? I talked about it on stream. Yeah. But yeah. There's a Discord. There's a Hat Team Epic Discord. I've had a thing show up that says you can join the Discord.
Yeah, bro.
To be fair, Hat, you have dog ears, so that's cheating. God damn. I'm hurt.
Okay.
I'm hurt.
Okay, bro.
Thanks to the stream, guys. This was good. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I'm glad that without all of the fucking problems that I had, really we could do without that, but
yeah.
Nuh-uh. Oh god, right. Rill is here. All right, everyone, we are in need of extraction now. Rill is here. Abort.
Smoke out. Back towards extraction.
Let me guess, it's ending right as I arrive. Yells. I'm tired, and we started at 10 with problems.
Oh, 7 o'clock for me, dude.
Yeah, I forgot it's early for you. I'm sorry.
Oh, good. Okay, well, this has been Oxpecker. This has been Oxpecker 14 from Black Knight Creative Collective.
Yep.
And
later, buddy.
This is my boy. This has been my boy, Hat Team Epic.
Yep.
With you with the writing stream. So
I'm hoping to maybe do more of this down the okay, fingers. I'm just trying to give thumbs up, but thank you guys so much. If you are at all interested in talking more, of course, there is a Discord. Yes, there is. You can find it on my Twitch page. It's you go into my About page. You can go there. It's under the contact and links thing. Click that. You can go there. Up to you to join. I'm hoping Green Peter Griffin just not trying to join again. That motherfucker is in the Discord, and I'm scared of him.
I really want to draw that little fucking bit we had one time with the Gary's mod shit, but like I don't want to show it in your server in case he catches a win.
Stay fresh cheese bags except one specific guy, Green Peter Griffin, right?
Yeah.
Or me. Maybe it's me. Or me. It's all probably right. Me. He's probably mad at me. No. But yeah, next week, chat, I'm hoping to have all this up. Green Peter. I'm hoping to have all this up. I'm hoping that next week is going to be way different. You're not going to be expecting the next game that we're going to start back up on, by the way, just so people know, if I can get this working, Titanfall 2. I'm going to do a new run of that game on Master, I think.
Hey.
So one of my favorite games. I feel like playing again, and I was figuring I'll stream it again with all this new shit, and I think people are gonna like it. I'm looking forward to it. Working a lot on that. I was totally expecting that. Good.
Yeah.
Titanfall 2 is my shit. All right. I'm gonna kill it here. I'll see you later, Ox.
So will I. All right. Good being on here. Getting good.
Good having you.
Good for you to have me on. Yeah.
All right. I will send you away. Okay.
Goodbye.
All right, chat. I'm gonna go. What I'm going to do is end the stream, and then we will be back next Wednesday. Hopefully it's all good, but I will see you. Okay. All right, chat. Take care, and I'll see y'all next time. All right.